Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your pal Cal, and today we're going to show you how to set up M5 Porkchop on the Cardputer ADV, Cardputer 1.1, or Core 2, it's totally up to you, and show you how you can set it up so you can upload Wigle and WPAsec and just everything. We've done this video before. We've been here before. Hey, hi, how's it going? Welcome back. The old video no longer works, so at least the inserting your credentials part doesn't work, but there's a few things that we need to go over first. The first thing is you have to be connected to the 2.4 gigahertz band. You cannot connect to anything else. No 5G, no 6G. I mean, this is an ESP32 S3, so you're limited to 2.4 gigahertz. So make sure you connect to a 2.4 gigahertz network. Another thing is you need to make sure that you update Porkchop to the newest 1.8D. It's D, the newest one, and from the time of this video it's D. It could be E tomorrow for all I know. Octo is working tirelessly, and guys, I don't want to spoil anything for you because the man is, pristine, diamond in the rough level quality hardware, firmware, everything is coming out. And I don't even want to ruin it for you. There's some great stuff ahead, but let's show you how you can set up your Porkchop today. Now, there's a few ways that we can actually download Porkchop onto our device. You can flash it directly from M5 Burner, or you can download Bmorcelli's launcher, flash it from the web flasher that's also down below in the description, and do the tedious way. Why am I showing you the tedious way? Because everybody should know this way of flashing, because sometimes downloading firmware over the air doesn't always work. Like, for some reason, if you download Marauder, or at least for me, if I try to download Marauder over the air, or if I try to download Doom over the air, it doesn't boot. It gets stuck in a boot loop. So to avoid all of those complications, I'm going to show you one of the most tedious ways that you can drag and drop firmware onto your downloads firmware on your SD card. Firmware. Yes, that. Onto your SD card so that you can just boot it from your SD card. It's super easy, follow along. Alrighty, so the first thing we're gonna do is head over to bmorcelli.github.io/launcher/web-flasher. It's down below in the description. This is the web flasher. It's awesome. We can do it in the M5 Burner application, but this makes everything so much easier. So we're going to scroll down, you see M5Stack, we're gonna click M5Stack. We're gonna select our device, whether you have a Core 2 or a Stick S3 or no matter what you have. But we're doing Porkchop now, so we're going to click Cardputer and Cardputer ADV. Now, it's going to want us to connect. Now, that is not my Cardputer. I'm going to hold down the top right button that says button go, and then I'm going to plug in my device right here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. So mine is COM49. Yours will be probably something else. And yeah, so we're going to pay attention to what connected. That's this one right here. We click that, and then we hit connect. After we hit connect, it's going to say connecting, and then we hit install Cardputer and Cardputer ADV, and from here we just let it load and it's flashed. Okay, now we're going to go to M5Stack.com. Simple as hell. M5Stack.com, and then right here it says software. Now hold your cursor over software. It says developer tools. We're going to click M5 Burner. And once we click M5 Burner, it'll take a second to load, and you'll see it says here M5 Burner Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Depending on what you're using, this is what you want to click. Now, I'm using Windows, so I'm going to click Download Windows. And here, it'll start the download process. Now we're going to go to Downloads, and you'll extract the zip file that says M5 Burner v3 beta win64, and after you extract it, you install M5 Burner. Once you install M5 Burner, we can then open up M5 Burner. Give me 1 second. There we go. M5 Burner right here. And after we have this pretty much all set up and done, it might tell you to update. We can scroll down, go to Cardputer. Now, once we go to Cardputer, we can scroll down. You got a bunch of different custom firmware here. So for the sake of conversation, let me show you exactly what we're doing. We can pick any custom firmware we want, and we're going to click Evil Cardputer right here before we download Porkchop. If you haven't used the Evil firmware, it's amazing. It's by the other one. He's the guy behind Raspy Jack. It is a phenomenal, crazy custom firmware, and I love it. Oh, there it is, finally. Of course, it's going to tell me to update. So now that we pressed download, we don't want to press burn just yet. We want to wait off on that. We're going to head over to this tab, which is the extracted folder that we had. We're going to open it, and here it says Packages. There's your M5 Burner application. We're going to click Packages, and in Packages, you'll see Firmware. We click Firmware, and this is the custom firmware that we have. So this is what I had downloaded before. I'm going to delete that. You just downloaded something. You just downloaded either the evil firmware, whatever you just downloaded, that one thing, you hurry, go straight to that folder, Packages, Firmware, and you should see something like this. It's named rather weird, so we're going to change that. We're going to rename that to Evil. Now that it says Evil, we know that that bin file is the Evil M5 firmware. So from here, we can go back to Burner, and instead of scrolling down, let's just type in Pork. There we go, Porkchop. And you'll see it right here. It says, not halal, not haram, just electrons. What a legend. And here we have 0.18D69, still pre-release. Okay, so these are the old versions. I am still in love with the 1.7 hotfix right here. I keep getting confused between them, and it's come a very long way. So there is a lot coming, but we're gonna click 1.8D from the time of this video. If you've watched this later on and there's a newer one, click the newer one. It's okay. So we're going to click this, which is our newest one, and then we're going to click download. And if you want to confirm that you're downloading the right thing, because recently I found somebody had made something that said Porkchop, but it wasn't by Octo, just confirm that it says Octo right here. That tells you that you're in the right place. And you can also click right here, and it'll take you to the GitHub page. We're going to make sure we give this brother a star, because this thing is amazing. And if you haven't read the README, I would suggest that you take the time and download the zip file here on GitHub and read the README. It's a it's a short story, to say the least. So right here, we're gonna go rename, and we're gonna type in Porkchop. Now from here, we can just keep this how it is. Take out our SD card, which we're about to do right now. We're plugging in our SD card. Where are you at? Come on, folder. Let's go. There we go. So here is our Cardputer's SD card. Now, in our Cardputer's SD card, we have a file that says downloads. If you don't have a file that says downloads, well, create a file that says downloads. And from here, we can just drag and drop. Let's rename that 1.8D. And we're just going to drag this and drop it into the downloads folder. Oh, I already had one. So we're just going to, I like 1.7. I'm going to delete that. Yep. Ta-da! And we're good to go. We can now eject our micro SD card and literally just put it back in our Cardputer, and I'll show you what to do next. Now, like I said, you don't have to follow my method. You can download it over the air, or you can flash it directly to your device. If you simply just want to use Porkchop, you can use Burner and just flash between firmware. Launcher makes everything so simple. Speaking of Launcher and Octo and other developers whose projects are on M5 Burner, you can support these devs by clicking their GitHub pages, which are linked in the description as well. I've got a lot of awesome devs within the community. Their GitHub links are down below, and all you gotta do is check them out, and if you like the project, give it a star. Giving a project a star, it goes a long way. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it does. It shows support for the developer, and our devs, man, they deserve all of our support, especially when we're using awesome custom firmware that they develop that inspire and educate so many people around the world. And if you found this channel helpful at all, consider hitting that subscribe button, liking, sharing, commenting. It's totally up to you, no pressure. All right, so this is the new Porkchop. We've got a little bit, better animations. We've got blades of grass. They actually move while you're war driving, and depending on what you're doing, the animations have completely changed. But if you're new to Porkchop, let me just explain a few things for you. That way you don't feel lost at all. This is Porkchop. He says little messages right there depending on what he's doing. It's all randomized depending on what the SSIDs come up as and what he's doing and what functions you have turned on. To get places, you can hit the hotkeys. There's different hotkeys. There's a guide on the GitHub page to explain to you what hotkeys do what. But if we want to go to the menu, menu, we hit the escape button, and here we have attacks, recon, loot, rank, comms, system. Speaking of attacks, remember this video is for educational purposes only, and remember to only test your own hardware. Do not test networks that you do not have permission to test on, and don't be a skid. That's what it comes down to. Let's get back to the video. Now under attacks, we've got Oinks and Blues. Blues are BLE spams. Oinks is just deauth attacks. That's all it is. Down there, we've got Recon, and Recon, it says do Noham, Warhog, and Spectrum. Do Noham is just passive handshake sniffing. It has no deauthentication. Everything is done as passive. And Warhog is war driving, and down here we have Spectrum, and Spectrum is so awesome. Like the Spectrum analyzer here is just phenomenal, and depending on where you aim your Cardputer, what's it close to, it'll actually move around and give you a visual representation of the spectrum around you, which is awesome. Now under loot, you have your hashes as well as your war drive logs, and rank is of course your rank. Comms is what we're pretty much going for. Comms gives you pig sync, bacon TX, FX transfer, and Janos Hog. Janos Hog allows you to connect a monster C5 for dual band abilities and dual band war driving, and very soon we'll be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to pretty much build your own monster C5 and flash it with Janos, courtesy of the Lab 5 team. You'd have to be using this dev kit, or else, you know, it's just, we're going to be showing you how to do it on this dev kit. So before you get a ESP32 C5, make sure it's the official Espressif ESP32C5 dev kit. Please don't get a clone and then complain that it's not working. Just, this is like way better than anything else that you could get. Now we're gonna scroll down to settings, and when we get to settings, you see it says theme, brightness, sound, everything. We're gonna scroll down, and we're gonna look for network. Here you can type in your Wi-Fi name and password. You have to do this. It has to be able to connect to a 2.4 gigahertz network. And once you do that, we can go to the main menu, and in the main menu, all we gotta do is press F. Or you can go to comms and then go to file transfer, but we're just gonna press F. F is the hotkey for file transfer. Here in file transfer, it'll say jacking in, and it'll tell you if it was successful, or yeah, we were successful, or you failed. Did I say failed? Huh? Yeah, it says failed. Huh.
Fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it, fix it. Fix it, fix it, fix it.
Now, to follow on with the next step, you have to be connected to the same network as Porkchop on the device that you're going to access the web UI. So we can go to that IP address right there, or we can go to porkchop.local in our web browser, which will pretty much give us our web UI. Let me show you the web UI. All right, here we can go to porkchop.local. And once we go to porkchop.local, give it a second. Ta-da! We're in the web UI, and this is awesome. We have our Wigle stats here at the top, as well as the level of our Porkchop. Icebreak Boar, level 43, tier MLO legend. That's pretty cool. You have your XP, your badges. Oh man, I'm missing badges on this one. And here we have our war driving logs. And on this side, we have our handshakes. Now, I've loaded my WPAsec key and my Wigle API name and token. So you see where this cursor is, it says creds loaded. You want to click that and then go to wigle.com, and in wigle.com you go to your username right there, and you get your Wigle token and your key and your name, and then we go back over here and we just load it up and press save. That's it. Now over here we do the same thing for our WPAsec key, and we can click pop file. There we go. We can actually keep that. Let's where's sync? Sync. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, there we go. Right there. It says Wigle Q, creds. We've already loaded our stuff. And these that are not like grayed out, these are the ones that we have uploaded. And these down here, we have not uploaded. So we're going to hit sync. And after we hit sync, just give it a second. It'll pretty much just upload everything for you. Everything will get uploaded at once. And we can, I believe, make this super easy. Give it a second. It's syncing. It's syncing. But once it's done syncing, all these will say uploaded and we're good to go. Afterwards, you can pretty much just say, like, you go to Porkchop settings where you saw Pig Sync, and you can sync everything directly from the device. Or you can access this web UI and just do everything here. I really like this web UI. You could tell Octo put a lot of thought into this, and it's almost seamless. We can delete and access everything and download everything locally just right here in the UI, no matter what you're doing. You also have these hotkeys at the bottom, your logs, you can delete, we can sync, we can do everything that we want. Copy. It's really easy. I know these are a few extra steps, and now everything is, as you can see, uploaded over here, and we're good to go. More and more people are being introduced to awesome custom firmware like Octo's M5 Porkchop each and every day. I really hope this video helped you in some way. If you wanted updates on the newest developments of Porkchop, don't forget to subscribe to Octo, because man, there is some cool stuff going on. And with him working with Lab 5, I'm not gonna say too much. Just know there's some cool stuff coming. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you so much for the love and support. Don't forget to support the devs that are in the description. If you want to go the extra mile, on the front page of my channel, I put support links for some of the coolest devs in the community. But nobody's more cool than you, man. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you next time.